11.3 bags is a felony.
11.3 bags. Oh my.
Oh, it's
11.
number 76.
The only reason I know that is because I did a cell rep a little while ago with
That's gonna be
friend
me.
of mine.
Is 75 ready yet?
Let me have a look at this.
Not a lot of bags.
So
Huh?
basically, if you carry one, it's misdemeanor.
Mine's the cheese only
Anything
burgers with the
anything
orange
11 or
drink.
less is a misdemeanor.
Okay.
So you're saying is I shouldn't carry
got
around
one.
200?
I've
You
got
shouldn't
one with
carry
2 meal
around
deals
any,
in there. Who's the
because it's
same?
illegal. But yeah, if you want to say misdemeanor,
I think we all
What
got
if I
some
have
meal deals.
500 and
I'll
say
be
it's
honest with you.
personal use?
Okay, well, I'll
unfortunately,
be
I think
honest
the
with
law,
you.
the way
It's
it's
gone
written,
all a bit
doesn't
tits up.
accept
So,
that as personal
who was
use.
2 meal deals?
I
I
know.
mean,
I've
don't
been
get me
waiting
wrong,
here
I
for
know
about
people will smoke that
15
much,
minutes.
but yeah.
Okay,
There
that's
you
your
Thank
one.
you.
I'll
That
get
is
the
fun,
next one.
man.
Thanks,
I
Dottie.
appreciate where you're coming from. I appreciate where you're
Then
coming
you get a
from.
bonfire to light it.
Yeah,
Let's
you know
take a
it.
look. Let's read this.
Any
Couple of
actives or
support
anybody need
fucking
77s?
rods to hold it up while you're smoking it.
A couple of us are just tied up at
Which
Senior
one?
Buns at the
2 meal
moment.
deals in it.
I mean, I gotta
You need
spend
backup?
that much money.
No, we're just grabbing
I can't
food.
get my
I
hands
will
on
never
it.
say no to
Thank
backup
you.
at Senior Buns though,
let me
even
get
if it's
it.
just for food.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's mine.
Yeah, that ain't good for you, brother.
That's the point.
No, it really
Fucks
ain't
you
good
up.
for you, though, man. No, it fucks you up serious.
Hey, no,
Exactly, yeah, it's a good shit.
I can accept a little bit of marijuana, but fentanyl, you kill yourself.
Next one with 2 meal deals.
That would be me.
There you go. Remember, when we open ours, Pussy
Drugs don't
Patrol,
kill you,
you
it's a
can only
myth, man.
come to mine and Martha's, yeah?
Okay.
Drugs don't kill you,
That works with
stupidity
me.
does.
I appreciate it.
See
Yeah.
you later.
Take care. Have a good one.
Everything in moderation is okay.
We gotta go
Thanks for
take.
saying
We,
no.
we gotta go do office things for a second, Pizzode.
Ooh, yeah, it's
Office
nice,
things.
crazy.
You want to help me with something?
I just finished office.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Albert.
You good?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they were taking about 10 minutes per meal.
Jesus.
So yeah, I think they might be a little new in there, but they're
It's Dottie and Martha. They're divine, but
Oh, yeah.
one is a little
those
old.
guys.
and
yeah, they're great. They're great.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah.
They take
It's
a little while,
Dotty, you
but-
know, like Dotty.
Yeah,
you know,
Dotty, love.
you want some chips with that, do you, love? And some,
You know,
Dotty.
Martha's thinking about opening a fish and chips spot.
Oh, she
so
should. She
I'm
would win.
excited.
She would win.
Yeah. Dottie told me she wants a smoothie place, and she said her idea for a smoothie would be a little bit of duck, some strawberries,
Duck
and
Duck.
something else. She said she was gonna make a strawberry and onion wrap to sell there as well. So
Not sure
I told her
Martha's
that
taste
sounded
buds are working
fucking
correctly.
vile. But that
Yeah,
was Dottie.
good on
Martha
you.
is the one with the fish and chips.
Strawberry
She's-
and duck
she's
doesn't
proper.
sound too bad.
No, that's not
But-
gonna be good.
Oh,
Usually
babe.
duck
Dispatch,
with a
hotel
sauce,
triple one,
no?
76,
Well,
911.
Maybe the strawberry and duck, but just strawberry and onion,
Oh,
in,
not
a, in a
onion.
wrap. That just sounds vile, doesn't it?
A little bit.
I don't think that.
Yeah,
sounds
maybe
very
they
enticing
did
to
strawberry
me.
and garlic.
Oh
What is with you
God.
and this strawberry and garlic?
People say
I'm
it's
just
good.
surprised it's
Crazy.
a. I'm just surprised it's a thing.
You guys ever had strawberries and cheese before?
No, I've heard
No.
cheese with.
I think accidentally in like a salad, like maybe feta or something.
Oh, actually,
It's really nice.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I've had it in a salad before.
I don't like strawberries too much. So
Really?
I like the flavor. I just don't like the actual fruit.
No, as soon as I soaked strawberries in like a
Chocolate?
vinegar wash and I
Oh.
saw what came out of them, I don't really consume strawberries all too often.
That's fair.
But get your protein, babe.
Not to change topics real quick. Albert, I tried calling you earlier. You're
Oh,
fine.
I'm sorry.
I think I called the wrong number. That one's on me. But I spoke with almost every FTO. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're fine to take a shift 3 cadet if you want.
Oh, 100%.
Cool. Okay.
Sorry it took a day
Wonderful.
for me to get to you on it.
No, it's
but
okay.
yeah.
It's I want to make sure I'm in line with what you guys want. I figured it would be okay because I was with the shift 3 guys in the academy anyway. But I wanted to check. I didn't want to just assume that it was all right, and then you guys just be like, "What is he doing?"
No,
Hello?
Yeah.
Honestly, with how many people we have, any hands on deck to help out, I am.
I was about to
Perfectly
say we
fine with-
need the help.
Oh
that
wait,
we
really?
can
Are
get.
we're okay?
Okay.
Are we okay with shift 2 taking out shift 3 cadets? Because I remember the last time said no.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not
Who
shift
said
2.
no?
Wasn't that you, Lucas? That you said that it was the last time that she could take out a
Dispatch,
cadet?
hotel
or something?
241,
Wasn't it with
No,
Frost?
that's not what I said. Selena Frost is not an FTO.
Oh yeah.
I let her take out
Oh,
someone
you're
and
saying-
not fully
oh.
train her.
flop.
But if it was an
Just,
FTO, that'd be completely fine.
okay.
She's not
Oh.
certified
Changes
though.
for on
so-
Roy Lowenstein, the
Oh,
exact
that
same
makes
spot
sense.
with individuals down.
Are we going?
Oh, a firm. I will be unable to go. I gotta go take care of
Are there any
something, but
sergeants around?
Anita.
if you want to try and make
Anita
it down there
was,
and see who's down there.
Anita Manny, I took her out last
Hey,
time.
I was
She's
gonna walk
actually
through
really
a,
good.
She's really
Drugs
good. I
house
think
called
this
Went
is gonna be her 5th shift properly. So
Yeah, it
she's
is.
pushing close to PPO, in my opinion. So
I can't take
Yeah.
V-Star out without command approval. Is that correct? It's still command, right?
yeah.
well, it's technically highest ranking now.
Fucking.
Well,
oh, is
yeah,
it?
So you could
Yeah.
literally just take out.
You could
Can I?
literally.
Do you guys mind if I take the V-Star out?
Don't mind.
No,
take
no,
it.
I do. You're gonna need to do a vote, political vote now. Us
Yeah.
Girl.
Wait, what do you mean?
because we're the 4 highest ranking. So you know
Okay.
now we all gotta fight for it.
I'm gonna put my case forward for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh wait, no, Frost is technically here as well, but it's okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay,
what
you
the
won.
fuck is happening? Hang on. No, wait.
What the
Relax,
fuck
relax.
is going
Hi.
Anthony's
Okay.
is
Hello.
crazy.
You
know what?
won.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
friends,
sure. You know
my
what? You're-
fellow senior officers, I gather you here today because I would like to drive the V-Star. Today,
That's okay.
after driving the Taurus for 10 minutes, I realized how much I love and hate that car at the same time. I love how it drives, I love how it handles, but my God, if it goes over a tiny jump and goes, I'm gonna barrel roll now!
Literally.
One more time, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. And then
You haven't
not
been
only
stuck
did
on
it
your
barrel
door
roll,
now, have you yet?
no, I haven't. But not only that, but it also ran out of fuel completely,
Oh.
even though I definitely had fuel.
Oh my
so
God.
please, let me drive
Well,
the
let's hope that
V-Star.
doesn't
I will
happen
make
for
you
the
all
V-Star.
proud. Although I did slam
Yeah.
into a couple of people the other day before realizing how shit the brakes were. But now I
Oh.
know it won't happen again.
Right.
That's good. Yeah, we let that one slide as long as you don't rip out the fuel from the V-Star.
I'll do my best. I'll call a tow if it happens, though.
I'm gonna vote no
that's-
just because you're already outnumbered with yeses. I gotta try and keep things interesting.
Fuck, flop.
Fuck
Dude,
you,
we
he's a
fucking
pick
died.
me. He's a pick me.
Thank you, guys.
We have a senior thing to take care of, and I was gonna see if you want to help out with me, great. If not, I could probably handle it myself.
Let's go. We're
Alright.
pussies. We can handle this.
Alright, let's do
What
it.
is it though? Tell me while we ride.
All right. I'll tell you what. Call me, because I don't want to shout too loud with it, but we'll slow drive it.
Let's go then. Wait, so what is it?
Sterling Silver has an officer complaint from Pred, and
I do not believe.
apparently
there are
no
any
one's
active
taking
ones.
care of it. And I said I'd be willing to go talk to him real quick and get his
Oh,
statement. So we'll go read what it is real quick and just get a statement from Sterling and go from there. Oh my God, that
Son
red
of a bitch.
fucking bike! You saw that?
Which place is that?
Yes, I did.
Forum.
I'm livid.
How many
Sergio
numbers?
Lopez. I drove through there.
Yeah, we have low numbers, so I'm gonna stay out there.
Yeah,
though.
you
So just
stay
a
out.
statement.
I'll take care
All
of it.
right,
I'll take
will.
care of it.
All right.
All
Go.
right, bye.
So, just trying to get like names of people I want to like kind of get ballsy and follow me. Copy. I was doing some stuff down there the other day. I'll give you a call, Liam. All right, 10-4.
All right.
Search 160.
Say. All right. Let's go read this report. So apparently Pred submitted a report about Sterling. So Kyle Pred was at MRPD where there were several officers there. Sterling Silver was the primary that was speaking to Pred. Pred told Silver he was going to be robbed by Salim and his friends for his gun. Pred asked Silver if he could help him. Silver said, "Good luck. It takes 14 shots to take somebody down." Pred responded with, "Are you going to get someone to help me?" Sterling then walked away from Pred without trying to help him. But 30 seconds later, the people Pred claimed were showed up, beating Rod-nosed firearm. Happened at MRPD. Silver did not attempt to help Pred, who feared for his safety. Pred claimed that Jimbo Sutton was nearby. Pred called Silver to speak with him, to go fuck himself. Pred claims that Silver told him to do his worst. Silver was there and heard Pred speaking to Sterling. This is bad. This is bad. All right, let's go get in uniform for this. Sterling's probably getting a fuckload of trouble depending on what's going on. This is gonna be a bad one. I'll be back on motor in a few.
Yeah, I'm. Oh.
After reading this, I think this is gonna be a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I want to drop the pants. They feel too tight on me.
I
need
got
to
you.
let my legs breathe.
No, you're good. You're good.
That's all right. I'm keeping the helmet.
What if the deal with talking about things like this in chat, if you saw what happened? I have a channel in my Discord for people to talk about meta, but I don't want to know anything that my character would not know. Put simply.
Hello.
Hey, Sterling, it's Flop. How you doing?
Hey, Flop. What's up?
Not much. Are you available to come to the roof so we can have a quick conversation?
Yeah, not a problem.
Awesome, cool. I'll see you in a minute.
See ya.
Bye-bye. All right. This is about to be a rough one, I think. Because if this is what I think it is, Sterling might be oof. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I just woke up.
Got you. I may have to call you back because I'm about to probably I don't want to say I'm not gonna say fire somebody, but I'm gonna go get in some deep shit, I think.
Ooh. Well, fuck. You can't just drop that on me and then
I
not tell
know,
me.
but I can't tell you shit.
Okay. All right.
Tell
fair
you
enough.
what though, after today, boy, let me tell you, this PD is a fucking joke.
Wait. Why? What happened? Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. This sounds like you have a lot to tell me. So you go do your thing.
Maybe it's time I take some time to myself, but I'm gonna take care of this first because this is about to be a
Okay.
rough one. So,
All right.
I'll call you back though, I promise.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. You just let me know.
Yep, I'll talk to you in hopefully like I'm gonna say 15 minutes, but
Okay.
because I
Take
just
your time.
Yep. All right, I'll talk to you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Is Sterling a full officer? Oof. All right. Today's been a fun one. Guys ready? I'm gonna hope y'all are gonna behave, but we'll see. Sterling? Hi, Sterling.
Hey, Flop. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How you
Hell
doing?
yeah. Good, good. Just getting in my groove. Had a couple days off.
I gotcha.
Feeling a little rusty.
I gotcha.
But trying to get in the swing of things. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Trying to catch up with some stuff. Had something come across my desk. Got to talk to you about it. I'm sure. If anything, I'll kind of catch you up to speed as to what I know and go from there.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. My Spotify's broken. Okay. All right. So, I'll keep it simple. Actually, give me 2 seconds. All right. So I don't know if anyone has spoken to you yet, but I am sort of stepping in to try and get a little bit of information because this is my shift. And I'm just trying to kind of catch up to speed as to maybe what's going on. Could you give me kind of a rundown, though? The other day, I guess maybe you and Kyle Pred had a conversation about something. And I guess maybe there was some kind of an altercation or something. I'm not exactly caught up to speed. Could you kind of give me a rundown as to what happened between you and Pred at the PD?
An altercation? The only thing that I could think of is he was involved with the arrest that I made on, I believe it was Chanel money. But he wasn't arrested or detained or anything like that. He was a victim. It's the only thing that was the only thing that happened.
Okay.
Is that what the context of this is in regards to?
Could you explain that again? I'm looking at just some of the notes that I have, but
There was an altercation in the Mission Road PD lobby probably 6 days ago with him and Chanel Money. Kyle Pred and Chanel Money were involved in a physical altercation. There was an arrest that was made on Chanel Money. He was nothing more than a victim. I believe what happened afterwards, though, is he was robbed after. I'm not sure what happened. I wasn't involved with that incident whatsoever. I was processing Chanel, now that I think about it, but
okay.
I did see that there was a report attached to it, and that's what made me aware. And then Charlie approached me probably about an hour and a half after it happened, saying, "Hey, Kyle Pred got robbed. He's wanting to sue the PD. Could you put a statement in from what happened on your incident into my report?" So I did. Not really too sure what the context of why it was linked to my arrest, but I did it.
What report was that? Do you know?
I can pull it up.
Okay. While you pull it up, could you just re-explain again kind of what you were saying? So you had to put a report into what?
Charlie asked me to, so she took a report in regards to the robbery.
Like dispatcher Charlie Ackridge?
Charlie Auclair 805.
Okay.
She took the report and handled it all at the hospital. She approached me when I was out on the side of the road saying, "Hey, you know, can you put a statement in for this report? Kyle Pred's wanting to sue the PD, so just make sure you get a statement in." And I didn't know the full context and didn't understand why, but did it anyway. The report for the assault and battery was 4920 incident. And when I pulled it up, I noticed that Charlie had linked it, and that's what made me aware. And then she approached me shortly after, but I'm not really too sure, to be honest, how this is linked to this incident, but.
So what I'm trying to, I don't know if this one is, let me see.
Because this is the only time that I met Kyle Pred, and then he called. Now I think about it, he called me shortly after, threatening to get me fired and go on a war page, and if I didn't give him 25, I think it was 25 or $30,000 cash at the Fleeca. Told him on the phone I didn't understand why he felt that I was at fault. If anything, I tried to explain how I helped him at the PD. Anyway, he tried to extort me essentially in a way for $30,000 and put a tweet out right after saying anyone who's had an interaction with Sterling Silver in the past 30 days, give me a call. So I think I don't know.
Let me, okay, so I guess I'll break this down to some degree. Do you know do you remember making any comments or Pred that maybe, we'll say, would cause an escalation from Kyle?
No, I de-escalated the scene.
Did you? Okay.
Fully. When I left, no one was in front of the lobby. I had Chanel in custody. Everyone was treated.
Okay.
There was nothing going on.
Did Pred ask for help at any point, and maybe you didn't hear him or you ignored him, or?
No, he didn't. Only thing that he said before I went inside, as I'm carrying Chanel, and he said, "Hey, there's a guy over there standing around acting suspicious." I said, "Okay." So I went over there. I dropped Chanel real quick, walked over to him, and this is in my statement. Can't remember what I said to him. I identified the guy as Yusuf. I asked him what he was doing in front of the PD. Told him if he didn't have any business, he needed to leave. Kyle Pred said no. He actually has something going on with me. Kyle Pred started to yell at him about something about being illegally parked. Yusuf ran off. That's literally how it ended. He ran off on foot towards the plaza across the street. I had made a comment like, "Okay, looks like we're good to go." Grabbed Chanel since I had her in custody in handcuffs, and I took her inside, started processing. Nothing was going on.
Pred ran outside, or Yusuf ran outside?
No, this was on the sidewalk initially, in front of PD.
Okay.
And then he ran towards the Memorial Park on foot.
Pred didn't, or
Yusuf.
Okay.
He's wearing like a white shirt with a retro reflective vest. But he wasn't being verbally combative anyway. I approached him, I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "Just hanging around," or something like that. I said, "Well, if you don't have any business in front of the PD, how about you leave?" And then Pred started yelling at him something about being illegally parked, and Yusuf ran on foot towards the park. I had the 95, so I grabbed her, took her inside, and started the process. And I did try to initially get help, but we had 3 officers on duty since there was an academy that day, so it was literally just me to process the whole scene. But nothing crazy happened. But when he called me trying to ask me for $30,000 or something, to be honest, I'm confused why he's trying to blame me for whatever happened.
And he said, "Give me $30,000 or I'm suing the PD."
No, he said he's going to get me fired. Said he's going to get my job. Made some comments about how he's a lawyer. And told me that if I didn't give him the money, that he would have me fired. To be honest, I was very confused why, one, he was calling me and why he was blaming this incident for it. So, I made some comment like, "Pred, I tried to help you in front of the PD. I made an arrest. I got the girl in custody. I'm not really too sure why you're blaming me for it."
Okay, so he said, give me $30,000. I'm gonna get you fired and get your job. He proceeded to tell you, bear with me. Okay. So I'm going to run through the events real quick to what you've told me. And I'll kind of, do a little bit more of a further write-up. Probably ask you a few more questions here, but just up to this point. An altercation with Pred and Chanel Money.
Yes, sir.
Came up. I have here they were involved in a physical altercation. They being who? Right after.
Pred and Chanel.
Okay. And then I have here noted the events after he was robbed. I'm getting confused with my own bullet points. I'm trying to make sense of it. Sorry. So.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it could be confusing because it's two different incidents completely.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this bullet real quick. So, an altercation with Pred and Chanel Money. Pred and Chanel were involved in a physical altercation. Charlie took a report at the hospital and approached me. Charlie asked me to put a statement in the report, so you did. Pred told me there was a guy.
Can I pause you?
Yeah, go ahead.
The report that Charlie took was separate, I guess, from what I gathered. Salim.
What was Charlie's report?
50-30. So from what I gathered, Salim robbed Kyle Pred in front of the Mission Road PD. And
when did you find out about that?
When Charlie approached me, probably about an hour and a half after.
Okay.
I would say the incident took place probably 30 to 45 minutes after this. Charlie approached me after saying that Salim and some other people had attacked Kyle Pred at Mission Row and robbed him. Charlie responded to the hospital. I was still in processing with Chanel and took the report in regards to the robbery from Salim against Kyle Pred. I was processing Chanel Money in regards to a battery that took place, but it's completely separate and has nothing to do with Kyle Pred getting robbed.
Okay, so Chanel Money, Chanel Money. So 4920 was the first report. Which report did Charlie ask you to put a statement in?
50-30, that's hers.
Okay, that was one that you put the statement in?
Yeah, I put the statement from 4920 and 50-30. And I guess thinking about it further, why Charlie felt that this was linked, I guess he mentioned to her that he was going to sue some white-haired police officers, so I guess she made some sort of connection and assumed that maybe this incident was linked to that, or could have some sort of weight if something did go to trial, or I'm not sure.
So I'll start over, and you just I want to make sure I'm understanding these bullet points as best I can. I'm just trying to bullet point the important details. So an altercation with Pred and Chanel Money occurred. Pred and Chanel were involved in a physical altercation. Charlie, 805, took a report at the hospital and approached you, which would be report number 5030. Charlie asked you, give me a minute, asked you to put a statement in the report, so you did. That was adding the statement from 4920 into 5030, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who just called you? Because I also just got a phone call.
No idea.
What was the last three?
5604.
Yeah, let me see who this is.
Hello, who is this? Can I call you back?
guess his name's Eric, mechanic at Mosley's.
Oh, Bosk probably. Okay. All right. So Charlie asked you to put a statement in the report, so you did, and you added the statement from 4920 to 5030. Fred told you there was a guy standing in the corner acting suspicious. This was at MRPD, correct?
Yeah, this was before, I guess, anything happened with Charlie. So, like in chronological order, it'd be up there. This was once Chanel was in handcuffs.
So you identified the guy as Yusuf. Fred then told you that the guy was involved somehow, and he started yelling at him.
Well, he didn't say he was involved. He said that he was up to no good, and said that I should probably get him out of here. So I approached him. I didn't have any contact with Pred.
He did say you did say he started yelling at him, right?
Yeah, Pred did.
Okay.
But
So
I had no report, contact with him. Like, I guess once when I went inside, but then other than the phone call. But this report that Charlie collected would have been about an hour after I left him.
Okay.
It makes sense.
So you told Yusuf if you had no business, leave the PD. From the sidewalk, Yusuf ran toward Memorial Park in the opposing direction. You took your 95 and left. There were about 3 patrol units on duty as Academy was happening that day. You managed the whole scene and then got a call from Pred. You said about 45 minutes later?
Yeah, about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half after. 2 hours.
Fred called you and stated, give me $30,000 or I'm going to get you fired and get your job. The Pred then proceeded to tell you he was a lawyer, and then you were confused as to the initial phone call as to why it even began, right?
Yeah, I ended up hanging up on him.
Okay. Did you make any comments regarding, maybe just not antagonizing Pred, but him making threats on your job? Did you end up saying anything back to him? Anything even remotely antagonistic? It's okay if you did. I'm not hitting you for that. I'm just curious.
I'm gonna be honest. I was completely professional and calm with him. I was genuinely confused. I think I made 3 statements. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're calling me. How am I to blame when I was trying to help you in the lobby? I arrested her. Did say something along the lines, I'm not giving you any money. But yeah, it was probably about a 2-minute phone call, if that.
What were the 3 statements? So you don't know why I don't know why you're calling me. And then what was the other ones?
I remember I said, I'm not sure why you're blaming me for what happened in front of the PD. I helped you initially. I arrested Chanel. She's in custody. I'm not sure why you're blaming me. Something along the lines of that.
Okay. And then that was where it ended.
Yeah, I ended up hanging up on him. I hung up on him once when he made a comment that he's a lawyer.
Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing. Okay, so as with any internal investigation, usually there's not a lot of context. Usually, one side's going to be passionate versus the other. So I guess we'll kind of go down to more specifics and kind of go from there real quick. I'm not, to be clear, I am not pinpointing you. I am not blaming you for anything. I genuinely just want your side. I know how Pred can be. At the same time, there's also due diligence to make sure that we're also, you know, following through our procedures properly. So in this case, I just want to make sure that like the full side is sort of being heard, right? So to kind of break this down, where did Salim tie into all this?
He wasn't present or on scene at all. So if you like, I'll just kind of explain like what I've pieced together and what my thought process after looking at the report. So this incident really isn't related at all. I guess whatever happened in front of the PD probably took place anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes after. I was still in mid processing, so I know it was a lengthy process because she requested a lawyer, but it wasn't anything longer than an hour. But it really has nothing to do with it. If anything, I'm gonna be straight. I think he's was trying to figure out a way to get money, and probably seen me as a new police officer, and has probably thought I was a weak. Probably wanted to call me to try to like extort me for money, but not gonna happen. So it really has nothing to do with it. But what happened in 4920? I was taking a statement in the lobby with Chanel. I was looking at my tablet. I heard some sort of spitting noise. Kyle Pred began to shout, claiming that Chanel spit on him. I didn't see it. Chanel started to leave the lobby. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm trying to catch up. You got to talk slower because I am not that quick. So just give me a minute. So what happened in 4920? I was looking at my tablet. Doing what?
I was collecting a statement from Chanel. She was a witness in something. As I was collecting the statement, I guess Kyle Pred walked in the lobby. They started to have some sort of back and forth, like friendly, it sounded like, but Chanel, what it sounded like, made like a spit noise. I was looking at my tablet, so I lowered my tablet to kind of like see what was going on, and Pred began to claim that she spat on him. She started to walk out the lobby. Dusty Carr was present with her. Dusty drove her to the PD. So she started to walk out the lobby towards Dusty. Kyle Pred started following her, shouting at her, kind of in a threatening manner. Not something that really was directly threatening, but definitely instigating. But Chanel turned around and started to run at Pred, and then Pred punched Chanel. So then I stepped in, went to go detain Chanel, because Pred seemed like he was, withdrawing himself from the situation at that point. Chanel started to do her standard punch everyone in the vicinity. There was a bunch of people. There was some witnesses from another stuff, group 6, and I believe some like interviewees. There was a lot of people on the sidewalk. She started to like run circles around everyone once when I pulled out the taser. Began to punch me at some point, and Kyle Pred. She got tased like twice, resisted, kept punching, punched me, ended up running towards Kyle Pred, and they literally like simultaneously punched each other and knocked each other out. EMS were dispatched. EMS cleared them both on scene. Chanel was taken into custody. Definitely the primary aggressor in the situation. EMS cleared him. No backup was available. There was me and 2 other people. Got Chanel over to the sidewalk. Kyle Pred approached me saying, hey, you need to get this guy out of here. He doesn't look like he's up to any good. Almost quote unquote.
Give me 1 second. Was it Yusuf?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Yusuf. He was standing by the tree on the sidewalk. So I approached him. Was initially dragging Chanel. Dropped her for a second. Kind of towards the top of the staircase. Walked down towards...
I'm sorry. Hold on. So Pred approached you on the sidewalk about this guy on the sidewalk, Yusuf, who looked like He was up to no good. He was standing by the tree on the sidewalk. And then what happened?
Yeah, well, I approached Pred as I was walking.
give me I'm gonna, give me 2 seconds. 1 sec.
Oh, hey.
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the goddamn mouth.
What did I do?
Do not text me about that shit. I tell you these things in fucking confidence. Number 2, I'm in the middle of taking a fucking statement. Have 10 goddamn minutes without feeling like the world is falling apart. I'm telling you, I'm okay. I did not fall asleep. Just give me 10 fucking minutes, okay?
That's okay. All right.
I want to backhand the shit out of you sometimes. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. I approached Pred as I was carrying Chanel, dragging her. I said something along the lines of like, confirm if, you know, you want to press charges, just make. He said he completely disregarded it, and that's when he was like, you need to check that guy, do something about that guy. He's up to no good. But I initially approached him to confirm that you wanted to press charges. Didn't really need to, just did it as a formality to kind of acknowledge that I recognized him as a victim. He made the comment about Yusuf. He wasn't doing anything wrong, by the way. He didn't look like he was doing anything wrong at all. I did just want to approach him just to make contact with the guy, you know, just in case. Approached him. I said, hey, what do you got going on? He turned around. He said something along the lines of greeting me. I said, oh, hey, Yusuf, is that you? He said, yeah. I said, what you doing hanging around in front of the PD? And he goes, just hanging out. I go, okay, well, if you don't have any business in front of the PD, you should probably leave.
Give me 1 sec. Okay, so you asked him what he was doing in front of the PD, and Yusuf told you he was hanging out. You told Yusuf he had no business being in front of the PD. If he has no business being in front of the PD, he should probably leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pred interjected right after I said that, and he said, well, hold on. He's illegally parked. And Yusuf like turned around, looked at a vehicle, and ran off. Pred was up on the upper level at this time. Walked back up there, stood next to him for a second, and I said, oh, well, it looks like we're all good. Grabbed Chanel, went inside. Whatever happened with 30 occurred probably 30 minutes after I walked inside and began processing Chanel for this incident. From what I pieced together, Pred was still out front, and Salim rolled up on him. There was, I believe, casings in the report, so it looked like Pred shot. But ultimately, he was incapacitated and robbed for his firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie responded, I think, to a 311 or a radio call from EMS because there was no one else out available, and responded to the hospital to collect a statement from Pred after whatever happened with him and Salim occurred.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep up. So whatever happened 30 minutes after I was processing Chanel from the incident, what I pieced together, Pred was still outside. Charlie responded to a 311 or a 911.
Yeah, probably about an hour after my incident.
Okay. Okay.
EMS I believe that they said something along the lines of making us aware that there was a victim who needed a statement collected at the hospital, and Charlie responded.
Okay.
Roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours after 4920 occurred, Charlie approached me on the side of the road and said, hey, can you get a statement in this report? Kyle Pred is threatening to sue the PD. He mentioned something along the lines of suing a white-haired cop. That's what Charlie said to me. So I pulled up the report, seen Charlie had 5030 linked in mine, and I put my statement from 4920 into 5030 based on the conversation that I had with Charlie on the side of the road.
Okay. And then and that was kind of the end of it for you?
About 10 minutes after Charlie spoke with me on the side of the road, that's when Kyle Pred called me.
Okay. And then I'll save you from repeating yourself on this. I'm just going to reference the other bullet points. Okay, I'm gonna skip over the bullet point stuff to save you the trouble. And then you then hung up after he started making comments about, what was it again?
The comment about how Yusuf was up to no good, or about how Yusuf was illegally parked?
No, the phone call. So I'm just skipping over like all the, because I already have like the quotes you have written down.
Gotcha. The phone call started out by saying that
you don't have to go into detail about that. I have everything written down already.
Gotcha.
But so I'm skipping over like what you guys had the altercation of. At what point, what you hung up after Pred said what?
That he was a lawyer.
Okay, so you then hung up after Chris said he was a lawyer, following the other comments that he made. Okay. And then that's the last you've heard of it since?
Yeah. I haven't been on duty in 5 days.
Did you take time away because of that?
No, I fucked up my back.
Oh, shit. Okay, okay.
No. Yep. Old age. Slept wrong, pinched a nerve.
Yeah, I've been there. I have been there.
I was like a damn penguin.
I'm gonna be honest, Sterling, and I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. I'm gonna have to talk with the rest of command. Based on what you have told me, and based on how you broke it down, right now, when I go speak to everybody, I don't see any reason for any. It sounds like, truthfully, the problem is that I understand your predicament. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what happened. The reality is, I'm going to take your word over Pred's to some degree. But at the same time, based on what I have heard from you and based on what I have read from Obviously, other parties who also have statements. Timeline is everything, and you've been able to give a timeline, which a lot of people fail to do. So I'm gonna bear that in mind when I speak to everybody. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna add a note in here. Okay. So, yeah, I don't hold anything on you. There's still a due diligence that when a complaint comes up, we just have to collect everything. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I am also under review for other stuff too. You know what I mean? So we all deal with shit, and we all just own it. I'm gonna speak with the rest of command, at least in shift 3, and sort of get a full understanding. Based on what you've told me today, me personally, my vote is that I think you're in the clear. I think you're put in an unfortunate situation where if you had backup units, you probably would have had a little bit more delegation in front of the PD while you handled a 95. But at the point of you having a 95, you couldn't just let them sit while they needed medical. They needed medical. Pred continued to stay after, because this is the reality. Pred feared, right, to some degree that he didn't like this guy, right? I'm sure that's fair to say, right? He wouldn't have told you, hey, I don't like this guy being here, unless there was an actual reason. Pred had the same responsibility to leave the same way you did. He was not held in front of the PD. He was not held to have to stand there. If there was a reason for him to not be there, or there was a reason having him feel like he shouldn't have been there, Vance probably shouldn't have been there. Right? I think that's a fair assessment. You were dealing with only a very small handful of units on duty, which I very well understand. And I also understand that you handled the situation and delegated the practically entire thing to the best of your ability in front of the PD. Leading me to believe, because I'm putting myself in your shoes, I would probably say I would have done the same thing to some degree. Maybe not to a T, maybe a little bit differently, maybe a little worse. Who honestly knows? But I can say for certain, based on what you've said, my personal vote is I don't think that you've done anything wrong. I'll let the rest of command read over everything. It sounds like somebody's trying to get the upper hand. And honestly, if to the best of your ability, you follow through with it, and he ends up following through with the lawsuit, just be honest, be cordial. I can help get you assisted with an attorney if you need be, so that you have representation in court if it ever came down to that. But for now, let's worry about this first. Let's make sure that we can kind of get our assessment and go from there.
Sounds good. I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, of course, not a problem.
Just some side notes. As I'm thinking about it further, so he did hear me. So I'm with everything that's happened. I got a feeling that he's trying to capitalize on. He recognized that we were low on numbers that day. He did hear me request for backup units. He probably didn't have anyone show up to his scene. Considering it was in front of the PD, it probably further pissed him off. Probably gave him an idea that there was no one available. He probably knew that he was in a situation where there wasn't a lot of police available, and is probably trying to find a way to blame the PD for whatever happened after. Like what you said, he stood around that PD. He stood around that PD for probably 25 to 30 minutes before anything ever happened. So kind of like what you said, you hit the nail on the head. He chose to, whatever happened in front of the PD, he chose to stay there. But from what I observed, there was no threat anyway. So like my mindset wasn't to tell him to leave.
because Yusuf already ran off. And when I walked inside, I literally made the comment, well, you know, it looks like we're all good. So whatever happened, yeah, he definitely chose to stay in that situation. Considering how there was one cop on this scene, probably no one showed up to him. It sounds like he's trying to find a way to blame the PD for, you know, whatever happened. And to him, it's all monetary. You know, from what I gathered on the phone, he just wants his money back for another gun. So it's like he's trying to capitalize on something and get money. But this really has nothing to do with whatever happened in front of the PD after. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. From my side, I don't have any questions for you, Sterling. I think I've gotten everything I needed. I think you've been as detailed as humanly possible without me having to poke too much. And I think based on the loose questions that I asked you, you pretty much gave me a full story that I'm gonna be honest, I was sort of looking for. So you're completely good in my book. I have no ill will. You're good for me. So
awesome. I appreciate you having the respect to chat with me about it. And
no, of course.
get down
Listen,
to it.
the reality is that if we mess up or we do something that we shouldn't, right? Accountability is a huge thing. And if people own it, that's one thing. But if you actually had genuine, you know, concern to say that, you know, hey, I just don't see the situation going the way that it's been explained or maybe it's been transpired, I also want your side of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. If there was anything that was relevant or any wrongdoing, I have no issues owning up to it. You know, I'm a man of learning by mistake, but I repeat it. There was
no mistake. You worked with the best that you had, and the way that I see it is, I would have probably done the same thing in your shoes. So I wouldn't hold yourself to any harsh degree. I think you should move on from this. And I will talk with command, and if anyone has any questions, I'll ask you. They'll most likely ask me as I'm going to be taking it. But I have no problem sort of taking this and going from there.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Flop.
Yep, I got you, brother. If you need anything, you let me know, but I think we're good from here.
Will do, sir. Thank you.
Yep, not a problem, Sterling. I'll see you out there, brother, okay?
Yes, sir. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Cool.
Oh, not Pred.
Hello?
Hi, Lucas.
What's up?
I just got done talking with Sterling. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Lucas.
I'm in an 80, I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck! Okay, all right, fine.
So,
you're good.
give me a
Ignore me.
star.
Ignore me. It's okay. It's fine. Oh my god. Too much going on. And then Duncan's gonna get on duty and he's gonna corner us.
This is a different vehicle though. It's
Don't
another
go
Comet.
Alhambra.
It's
I
not
think,
Marine, it's
yeah,
just the same
I think
one.
Sterling's fine. Honestly, after hearing that,
It's the same car.
even if that's not like the
Sandy, now
full
southbound Mountain
truth,
View,
that shit just sounds like.
all the way up to Alhambra, I think. Left, eastbound to Alhambra, passing the unit there. Left, northbound. If you want to take whenever you can. He's eastbound, and then right southbound towards you. Then left, eastbound, East Josh. I got a break for fuel right here.
Up
Yeah.
you. 126 primary, eastbound East Joshua.
So the rundown on the situation is that there was an altercation with Yusuf, and when asked about Salim, Sterling didn't know Salim was on scene. He didn't see Salim on scene. He has no idea. And honestly, in my shoes, if I'm the only cop dealing with like 10 people in front of the fucking PD, yeah, I'm not going to do a head count either. I have a 95. I'm dealing with a stupid altercation that happened in front of the PD. I'm not going to do a head count on every name that was in front of the fucking PD either. So